welcome to a new
Hello.
episode of the Mind Grind podcast. I'm your host, Gene Meyer, and today with me is a very special guest, our first international guest, Gray from Endless Swarm.
Hello.
How's it going?
Great, man. Very good. Yeah, very good.
So you live on a boat.
Yeah, we're on the water at the minute.
What body of water are you on right now?
The Union Canal. It's like a canal that runs between Edinburgh and Glasgow. One straight line, can't go anywhere else.
Damn, so you're on a canal. Is that like a river?
A man-made river, yeah.
A man-made river. Wow, coming from the high seas.
Yeah.
How's it go? So you are the vocalist of Endless Swarm.
Yeah, that's me.
And do you run a label, or am I just making shit up?
I did, but I hated doing it. So I started that. I mean, it was good for Endless Swarm when we first started doing the label, because like I did that Spaz tribute LP like 12 years ago. So we met so many people through that, and that's it was like a fast track to networking, through the scene. So, and it was good. But then Gendo Akari broke the label by overselling everything. I just couldn't manage it. So I know. Fuck's sake. So I ended up, it just became a bit of a nightmare. So I just stopped doing it. It was much easier to run a label when nobody wants to buy your records.
Yeah. Because start asking, and you got to mail shit, and
Aye, so yeah, it's thankfully dead. I got all the use out of it I needed, and then I killed it off. So
excellent. And for those who don't know, Endless Swarm is probably, I'll just go ahead and say it, the best Scottish power violence band out there, right?
Right. Okay.
I mean,
name others.
Well, there's. All right.
We're also the worst by default.
Yeah. There's some others. Maybe.
No, there are. No, I'm taking the piss, but it's aye. We'll still use it for branding, if that's what people want to say, but it's not too much competition. So
yeah, that's the key to being good at your genre. Is just come from an area where no one else plays that kind of music. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, well, I mean, this is why I picked power violence, because nobody knows what it is. So the competition's it's pretty sparse. I was aiming for the stars.
Oh yeah. So what got you into metal and punk, and eventually what got you into power violence specifically?
Well, I was pretty late to music. I grew up in a town called Livingston, and we had like the biggest skate park in Europe at one point, outdoor concrete. So like I grew up around the skate park, and I was introduced to music kind of vaguely through there. Although I do remember for a while that I thought the Wu-Tang Clan was a clothing brand. I had no fucking idea what it was.
Great.
But after, so and then I remember. You're probably, I think you're similar ages to me. You remember the days when you used to send your PlayStation 1 away, right, to get chipped, and then you could play fake games on it. So the guy that did that for me also used to sell like CDs. You would just pick off a list, and he had one called Hard Rock that I'd got off him at one point, and that was like kind of, I remember getting introduced, like fucking Deftones and Papa Roach and all that. But I always like everybody in my year was like listening to that kind of stuff, but I kind of felt like everyone deviated either into like being a mosher, like going to the metal side, or getting into hip hop. And I was like hip hop for years. And then when I was like, I don't know, like 15, 16, all my mates started getting into this, into Gallows, the hardcore band from London. They were like getting really big. And then I think I got their CD when I was like 15 or 16, and I've never deviated from hardcore since then. So that's 20 years now. I do deviate for hardcore now, but I mean, like I picked that as my favorite genre there and then, and I've ruined my life with it now. So, so that's how it goes. And then more specifically, power violence. I started a band when I was like 18, and we played with Trash Talk, and we were playing with Trash Talk in Glasgow. And after the show, I said to them, I was like, I really like fast hardcore like you guys play. And people were calling it power violence back then as well. Although I I think it's maybe a bit loose with the term, but anyway, I said, "What other bands do you sound like?" And they put me onto Slap Ham Records, and that was when it all changed, really.
So fast hardcore led to power violence.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And for those who don't know, like, what would you say are like the defining elements of power violence?
I mean, as a vocalist, I'm going to say the angry man, caveman, whatever type, whatever people want to call it. Yeah, like that. I love it, and it's so easy to do. I find it really easy to do, and it's just I love it. I just love that vocal style. I think it's so goofy but so fun. So that's for me. The slow, kind of sludgy parts and the blast beats. If it's got all that in it, it's gravy, man. That's exactly what I like to listen to. And that's power violence for me.
What were so you said they gave you the Slap a Ham like compilation, or just told you to listen to that?
Well, just told me to kind of dig deep. And it was Spaz and Fuck on the Beach were like the first like full lengths that I got. And then just kind of I went backwards, or well, they were kind of the earlier ones, but yeah, I picked through everything. I picked through the whole discography, started getting into that big time, and then I picked up on Weekend Naturals around a bit then as well. And I mean, of course they're influential to us. You can kind of hear my vocal style, and lack of interest and just everything. Yeah, all the classics, and it kind of I properly got obsessed. It was a really good time for it as well, though, because this was around about the time when like blog spots and stuff were starting to appear. So I just was searching for Slap Ham, opened up this blog spot, and I just fucking downloaded everything, filled my iPod, and that was it.
Yeah. So how did you get into being a vocalist?
I started a hardcore band just after I left school. Was with a guy, Neil, that I was living with. We wanted to start. We never really ever sounded how we wanted to. There was a lot of people in the band that had different ideas of what hardcore was, so we were kind of like a hardcore-esque band. So I started doing that when I was 18, and it was. I mean, I feel bad for my old bandmates, but I found it terrible. But now looking back, I feel like it's terrible, but it was really good for us. But I couldn't play anything. I never learned to play an instrument. I didn't even know if I could shout. So I kind of just went in on it. I was too like, I hadn't even, I lived with my parents and in like a small street and stuff. Like I couldn't even practice in my room, so I didn't even know what I fucking sounded like. I remember we used to go out when we were like 18 and we'd get drunk at a bar or whatever, and I would deliberately like try and shout at everybody like on the way home, when everybody's singing. I would shout to see how my vocals sounded. Just that was the only time that I felt comfortable doing it. But yeah, I arranged like a band practice and just went for it, and I think it might have taken me about a decade to get to be able to do it. I think I'm only the past few years quite comfortable with it. I think for my first band, I never got the knack, to be honest. I never really got it dialed in.
Is there like an art to shouting?
I would say so. I was talking about this recently. I've got this group of friends that I know just through football, and most of them aren't really into heavy music. And there was a woman in it that was just like, I don't get it. It just sounds scary. Like, why do you do it? And I was like, no, I get that. But but I actually do think that there's like some kind of, there's technique to it. I reckon if you did a pool of people that sing, and a pool of people that can sing and a pool of people that can do metal vocals, but I think more people can sing than can do metal vocals. But I'm obviously heavily biased as a vocalist that can't play an instrument, so I'm trying to make it sound like I have some kind of skill. But I think it is hard to do, and I think it does take a while to kind of master, really.
Yeah, and you're quite the performer. I've seen you guys several times. In fact, I remember a couple of years ago at Obscene Extreme.
I knew this was coming.
I know. I totally forgot about this in the lead up to this. So it was a pretty early set. It was like maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And there's jumping off stage, but you just sprinted off stage, and you broke your shin or your leg.
My foot. Yeah, I broke my foot. Yeah, two bones in my foot.
But you finished the set with a broken foot.
Yeah. I did. I didn't actually. When I landed on it, I was like, oh, I didn't feel right, but I didn't think that I'd done any lasting damage. But the problem was that, well, I have two funny stories from this. One is that we went into the medical tent, and the guy that was there was like, "Your foot's fine. You've not done anything to it." And I was like, "Sweet man, that's fine." And he patched. I'd split my knee open as well, so he patched it up, and we went back up to the main stage. And about 30 minutes later, he was fucking bollock naked in the crowd, and I was like,
"The medical guy."
Yeah, and I was like, "Why would I ever take medical advice from this man? Like, this guy's completely naked now and just in motion." So. The next day when we got up, still at Obscene Extreme, we were heading to play we were heading to Austria. I think, yeah, we're playing Vienna. And I was like, nah, this is fucked. My foot, I couldn't even get my shoe on. So we went to hospital, but I had no medical insurance, so I couldn't get seen to. So I ended up having to just go through the rest of the tour. But I think the first 4 days I could only have one shoe on, but I did eventually get there and get a shoe on eventually.
Did you do shows like in crutches?
I bought crutches in Vienna, but when I went on stage, I tried to use like the mic stand as a crutch. But you know what it's like as well. Like you, like 5 minutes in, you're kind of like, I don't give a shit, man. Like you're not really thinking about, I've seen you do lots of crazy shit as well, and you're well aware that. It sounds proper, I don't know, wanky, but you do kind of, as soon as the first note comes in, you're not really thinking about it, and you don't care at all. So I just kind of cracked on. But it was good, man. Like, these are the kind of things that, like, well, I remember years ago, you remember that band Trap Them? I remember reading an article about them. He jumped off like the light rig when they were playing a festival and broke both his ankles or something like that, and he continued to play the set. And then he got a cool photo when he's in like a wheelchair and he's like got casts up to his knees. And I was like, that's cool as shit. This is what I want to do. This is why I want to be in a band. So like anytime I hurt myself, I'm like, fuck yeah, like I want this. I want it. I want the photos of blood coming down my head. I want the broken bone. So there was part of me that's like, I guess I've broken my foot. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Please don't take photos of me and put them online and tag the band. That'd be terrible.
So I'll say this. So, the first time I went to the UK, I went to Chimpy Fest in 2019.
Yeah.
And I think it was my second time in Europe. And I was surprised how big Powerviolence and like fast hardcore was in that country.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's crazy.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think a big part of it was the booming Leeds that we had. Mm-hmm. Not the venue, as in just a booming bands forming. Like there was like the golden era of Leeds, maybe about 8-9 years ago, when there was like a new Powerviolence band starting every single week. It was pretty incestuous, but there was also a lot of like fresh faces in it, and it just, every one of them was fucking amazing. Like, and it just, this huge scene just built up around it. And because I certainly don't remember it, because I started booking Powerviolence shows in like 2009 or 2010 or something maybe, and like I just remember the Afternoon Gentleman. I remember Gets Worse, but I don't really remember like a lot of other like Powerviolence, grind violence type stuff going on. And then, yeah, as I say, like Endless Swarm started 2013, and by 2015 there was like so many bands, and it was such a good scene, and it was incredible. And it's changed now. There's still loads of bands. Leeds is kind of definitely they've veered away from it, but yeah, the scene here is incredible. It's great.
And what's it like specifically in Scotland?
It's good. I mean, like, not to, blow smoke up our own arses, but like we've definitely put the work in to try and build something here. You know what I mean? Like we bring a lot of bands over. A lot of like, and it's a lot of bands that we've been fortunate enough to have them book us where they're from and stuff. So I mean that's how the scene works, isn't it? So but it's been good, and I think every show for a good few years. I mean, you came around about the time PLF played, like the week after, I think, but everyone's been pretty good. The only problem that we have is that there's hardly any bands to put on support, because there's just hardly any power bands going in Scotland at the moment. So, aye, but no, it's a great scene. Edinburgh's good. We have good shows. I've definitely better shows in Edinburgh than I've had other places where you'd expect them to be really good. You know what I mean? So, I would definitely recommend any band that wants to come and play Scotland to come to Edinburgh for sure.
Hell yeah! And was it last year or the year before you guys did a US tour?
2024.
2024.
Yeah.
Philly.
Yeah.
I saw the picture of you and Jack getting ice cream.
Yeah, we got snow cones after the show because it's so fucking hot. That was great. Yeah. Jack was killing people at that show. Like, Jack was just murdering people. He's great, man. And then we went out for like a nice sweet coffee date in the morning with his dogs and all that. So we got like the full range. Yeah.
What was your experience like touring the US?
Man, the US is fucking sick. And touring in a touring capacity, the US fucking sucks from any political and otherwise variety. But it's our best tours. It's our best shows. Like, almost every one of the shows that we played in that last US tour was one of our best shows that we've ever played. Like, back to back, like, everything was fucking insane. People were moshing hard. There was young kids coming out. It was busy. You guys have like a weird, like, insane tipping culture where people were just throwing money at us. Like,
yeah,
it was so strange. Like, we were playing places and like the support bands were like, don't buy our merch, buy the touring band's merch. If you don't have enough, just give them money. And there was like folk just coming up handing us like $10 bills, being like, I don't want anything. I'm like, please take something. I don't just want it was crazy, man. It was everything about it. It was just, yeah. And as I say, like, the shows were really busy. People were like super enthusiastic. It's great. I would do it all the time if it wasn't like so hard to get into the country. Yeah. It's just it's a real pain in the ass, to be honest. But yeah, you're pretty lucky to have such a good, strong scene out there for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, it's one of the, we have a lot of issues, to say the least. But was there a particular city you really enjoyed playing?
Yeah, I really enjoyed. Oh shit! Is it Cincinnati or Cleveland? One of the Ohio ones. Why have I forgotten? That was incredible. Denver was amazing. Reno was incredible, and then obviously we finished off in at Zesta Grande in the Bay Area. So yeah. I mean, it was just an unbelievable tour, and also like, where did we? Washington DC. We played there on July the 4th. Like, I mean, as I'm too Scottish brained to realise that is a holiday that's a thing. So I booked a tour not realising we were playing the Capitol on July the 4th. And when we were there, like, it was sold out show. It was like 250 people. There was like fucking everyone was eating hot dogs. There was fireworks going off outside the back of the venue. It was so cool, man. It was like, yeah, there was like eagles flying past the window. Like. Everybody's out fucking playing the what's the bugle.
That's fucking good, man.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool.
So, switching things up now. So, as you know, we talked about this before recording. A little bit of this podcast is the mental health piece. So, what does mental health mean to you? Does it influence your art at all? And what do you do to take care of yourself?
Man, that's a funny one with me. I'm very circumstantial. Like, a lot, my mood is very much just kind of based upon what happens to me. I'm not like, I don't really ever feel down in the dumps or like super high. I just feel happy most of the time. I'm pretty good, but then something will happen and it becomes chaos sometimes, and I just shut down. But generally, I'm like pretty good. Like, yeah, I don't really have any complaints. I have found that and it's like a catch-22. The band for me has been like the real, the better it gets, the more things we've got to look forward to. If I've got a tour in the diary, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm like looking forward to that. I don't really care what else is going on. I've got that to look forward to. But I do realize, and I think the feeling every year is kind of builds more and more in my head, is that like, I feel like if the band stops, it's fucking game over. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. I did go through, I'm trying not to go too dark, but I went through some stuff last year, and I did get to a point where, I was thinking about killing myself at one point, right? And I was actually at a bridge. I was going to do that, but I remember being up there, and I was like, man, but we've got Australia coming up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm really excited by that. I didn't want to let the boys down, and that's that. I just kept playing that through over and over my head, and it's a pretty scary feeling, to be honest, because like I feel like the band is much like a relationship, as like a romantic relationship, in the sense that it's like everyone needs to be in it for it to work. We all need to be wanting it to work. So I'm like, if Alex or Dave wake up tomorrow and they decide I don't want to do this anymore, like that could be the end of the Swarm, and then I might find myself in a position where I'm like, fuck, I don't have that, and now I've not got the band stopping me from doing anything stupid. So it's like a weird feeling to be, sitting on that, you know what I mean, to rely so heavily on that. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have anything else going on well in my life, but I don't know, there's just something very cathartic and just like, what's the word for it? I don't know, just fulfilling, and it kind of gives you life doing this. I don't know. I'm just all about music. I'm absolutely consumed by it, and if I had that ripped away from me, I'd be lost, to be honest.
Well, let me ask you something. So we toured Europe in 2022, I believe, right?
Right.
I'm trying to remember, as if you would know, right?
Oh, is that when you played? Did you be with PLF?
Yeah, we played OEF with them. I think that was either...
It was 2022. It was a year before we played it.
Yeah. So that tour was originally scheduled for 2020. And then COVID happened. And I, very much like you, it's like, oh, we have this tour coming up. Today might suck, but we have this tour coming up. And then that taken away, and I had like a little bit of a nervous breakdown. Right?
Got you. Yeah.
But it forced me to, bands are amazing. Music is amazing. Art gives us meaning. It's a healthy coping mechanism. But that situation forced me to like dig deep and find ways to fulfill myself in a world where suddenly all of that had been erased.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, first of all, did you have a similar experience? And how did you cope with that?
We lost. We had a West Coast tour booked during COVID as well that got pulled. I don't remember being that sad about it. I was more annoyed because we lost our flight money. But I was very poor back then. Not that I'm rich now, but I don't remember being that sad. But I think it's because I knew that we would get to do it. You know what I mean? It was just a case of it was going to come back. I think it's more of a definitive thing for me. Like if it stopped, I would be like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like I'm struggling a little bit just now because like I would tour loads, but we all have commitments. I've got kids. I've got like a job that I'm self-employed. I can take as many holidays as I want, but I can't take the piss. So like I would do more, but the rest of us are like pretty much the rest of the band are using their entire year of annual leave to do band stuff now, and it's like so yeah, that is something that I definitely like have to manage from time to time. But as long as I have something to look forward to, I'm okay. So so I dealt okay with it with when COVID happened. It was in fact I actually remember. It went on for so long when we came back from COVID. We were playing it in Leeds, huge show at Boom. Not our show, like I think it was like a kind of all day fest thing we were playing. And I remember just being like, I've never felt like this. Like since I started the band, like I've been it's kind of taught me to be quite, like chatty and meeting people. I'm really comfortable meeting people, and I'll happily talk to anyone. And I remember coming back from COVID being like, whoa, this is fucking intense. Like I hate this. But I lived at the time I lived in like a small town in Scotland, like during COVID and all that. Like I was off work for like 14 weeks. I never saw anyone apart from my 3-year-old son and at the time, my wife. I didn't speak to anyone else. So I think going from that to then going to a room of like 300 people is like, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah. I remember I didn't even go to a show I went to in West Philly. They had, a hardcore merch swap. Basically,
right.
People were just selling old punk T-shirts, and I was like, "Oh, it's not a show, but it's close enough." And it was outdoors at a park.
Yeah,
and I was like, "I don't know how to talk to people." It was so like, after months of just being on your own, you're just like, how do I? Is it rude to like walk away now? Like, what's
Yeah.
With our music style, it's everything about it is overwhelming, overstimulating.
Absolutely.
But you sort of, that's the thing about Obscene Extreme is like every band is like, and so after a while, you're like this is for me. When I first get there, I'm like, fuck yeah. And then by day 3, I'm like, okay. If this
I get
not breaking his foot jumping off stage, I don't really care.
Obscene Extreme is a interesting festival for sure.
So, still relatively early in the year. What does Endless Swarm have coming up?
Right. So we have Australia, New Zealand. We're leaving at the end of April. So yeah, we've got that, and then this is very early days, and I know that people are from that part of the world will get excited because I've been getting asked about it a lot. But we are planning on doing Southeast Asia as well. We have kind of got stuff kind of half locked in. We've got dates, we've got a flyer, we've got the list of cities countries we're wanting to go to. But I'll keep that brief. But that was one of those moments where I went to the band and was like, right, we've been offered this tour, let's do it. And they were like, we've run out of holidays. And I'm like, well, fucking sort yourself out. We're going. Yeah. So we did end up getting there. It was so we have got the holidays and that confirmed. So at the tail end of the year, we're going to go out to Southeast Asia for a fortnight as well. So that's pretty much our full year. I can't think of anything else we've got going on. Hoping to do a couple more, we've kind of, I mean, I don't know if maybe it's different being American, but for us, like, touring the UK is not very exotic. And like, we only get like 4 or 5 weeks off a year to do this. So like, we've not toured the UK in like a decade. And I'm like, we really should do it. But then it's like, if you're getting two tours a year and you've got the choice to go to America or go to Australia or go to fucking Europe, and it's like, or go down the fucking M25 for 9 hours just to get to Bristol or to do whatever, you're like, you know what, like, as much as these shows would probably be amazing, like, this is also my holiday. So I kind of want to go away. You know what I mean? So
I don't know if you feel this way, but like when it comes to touring, like a shitty show in your hometown sucks, but a shitty show on a different continent, it's like, whoa. It's still kind of cool,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're just back. We played in the Faroe Islands last weekend, right? And we are the first powerviolence band to ever play in that country.
What country?
Like, Faroe Islands.
The Fadeaway Islands?
Faroe.
Oh, Faroe. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So it's like between Scotland and Iceland. It's a tiny like group of islands. The population of it's like 50,000 people, the whole country. There's like it's beautiful place. We're as far as everybody that was at that show was aware of, and as far as we're aware of, we're the first powerviolence band to ever go and play there. And we played to like 25 people, right? But like, it was hands down one of the best experiences like that I've got to do with the band. So you're right, like I could quite easily go and play to 25 people in Edinburgh. It'd be very easy to do, and it would be a terrible night. But yeah, you can go anywhere in the world, like you say, and you could have a crap show, or I know that was a crap show, but you could have a crap show, but you're still like, you know what, like I'm somewhere I've never been before. I'm getting to meet
Exactly.
Even if it's a few people, I'm getting to meet and speak about these people, where they come from, and I'm getting some free beer, and someone's cooked my dinner. It's fucking brilliant. Yeah, it's amazing. That's what it's all about.
And we were talking before this. You also play in a beatdown band.
Yeah.
Righteous Mob.
Righteous Mob. Yeah. So it's a new thing. It was so it's got Gerald from Gendo Akari.
Gerald.
Gerald, yeah, he did tell me to say hi to you actually. Because as just as a footnote, Gerald's playing guitar for Endless Swarm while we do our Australia New Zealand tour.
Oh shit!
He's already there. Because long story short is our full-time guitarist Matty, he had a baby last year, so he took a year out from the band. We had a fill-in, Neil, the guy that I played in my old band with, I used to live with in Edinburgh. He used to fill in for tours before because our original guitarist was scared of flying. But then when Matty joined, Neil wasn't doing anything. But now Neil's filled in again for Matty for this past year. But now Neil's ran out of holidays, and then I was like, well, you know what? Gerald like kind of came along with us when we toured Japan. He was just there to help us out. He let us borrow his very expensive guitar, and he spoke pretty good Japanese, so he ended up being a very good asset, as well as him being like an incredible guy. And they found all the onsens for us so we could get baths. But anyway, he moved to New Zealand, so I was like, well, he's already fucking there. So, and he's shit hot on guitar. So I texted him, I was like, do you want to do our next tour with us while we tour New Zealand and Australia? And he was in. So yeah. So anyway, he's in Righteous Mob, and then it's Matty from Endless Swarm is in Righteous Mob as well, and then we've got Luke on drums. Luke plays in a like a band that sounds kind of like Car Bomb, genty kind of techie stuff. This band's called Frontier. They're pretty big. I know them. Yeah. Yeah, so he's a drummer for them, and then Neil, who's currently in Endless Swarm, is also in it. So it's like 3/5 Endless Swarm, I guess, and then 2 and Gendo Akari and Frontier. So, some people have said a supergroup. I wouldn't say that. That's not words I would use. But what a wanker. But no, that's it's just dickheads from the scene that all play in other better bands that wanted to make incredibly stupid music just to kind of take a break from playing hard music, I guess. So yeah, and it's fun. It's good. It's just it's basically just slams from Dying Fetus without any of the technical ability. It's just all the slamming parts. So. Yeah. None of the ability.
So here in the US, beatdown is a lot of like mosh calls, like, all right, you fucking pussies, this is what I want you to go sign this. Is that what you do with this band?
Nah, not for me. No, I'm quite quiet with this band. I actually struggled with it at first because this is the third band I've only done vocals in, and I was like, I can't be the Endless Swarm guy. I need to do this other thing. And in the first show, I was like doing hardcore vocals, and then like 4 songs in, I was like going, and I was like, what am I doing? It's got gutturals and stuff in it as well, but like, and then I was like, right, I'm not going to do the same high energy thing. I'm just going to kind of stand and try to like just hold a spot on the stage and maybe be a bit more imposing rather than just a ball of energy. But I'm like, I just feel awkward. So I'm not sure about this band. Like we did a full album and it's getting pressed to 12-inch just now. But and I love the record. Like it's so stupid, it's so fun. But like in terms of like shows and stuff, it's just it's not as cathartic as doing Endless Swarm is. Endless Swarm's like just the full release, you know what I mean? Like it's like a detox.
You just got to go nuts.
Yeah, I know. That's it. And I've seen you play plenty of times enough to know that you feel exactly the same way. It's not about performing in the same way. It's not about I don't know. It sounds almost in a selfish way, but for me, it's just like, I just need to fucking let rip. You know what I mean? I need to do something. I've got all this energy. It needs to go somewhere. It's not about, as you say, mosh calls and try to get the crowd to do certain things. I'm just like, I'm doing this. Join in if you want. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, thank you. This has been a great. Are there any bands that you've been listening to recently that you wanted to give a quick shout out to, whether they're Power Violence or not?
Yeah, sure. Sex Germs from down south. Give Over, a Power Violence band from Leeds. Horse Bastards, because they're the best ever. Who else have we got? Yeah, that's all I can think of just now. That's what I'm enjoying anyway. That's what I've been listening to. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna eventually have Horse Bastard on here.
Yeah, you should. That'll be that'll be an insane experience, I think. I mean, this has gone fairly well because I did my first proper podcast just a few weeks ago, and the guy ended up it was Stodcast. He ended up closing his laptop, being like, I'm not asking you guys any more questions. These are just these are just going over in a funny way. Like, it was just like, you guys are just all over the place. And I was like, I didn't realize we were that chaotic, but I feel like this has gone a lot better for me. Like, I was, well, I think Horse Bastard, I think it'll be an insane experience.
Yeah, I'm there for the ride more than anything.
Yeah.
You know? So thank you for doing this. This has been great. And I'll ask you what is usually my final question is, what makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh? Shit. I'm just saying it's really
flustered with this one for some reason.
No, I'm just thinking back, just because I'm back for a weekend away with the Endless Swan Boys anyway, is that we have somehow adopted these like alter egos when we're all together of like being like American cowboys, and we just speak like cowboys all the time. Alex plays country, and it's just all the voices that Alex does, all these like American cowboy like sayings that he has just fucking kill me, man. It's too funny. Like, you know, it started. I think it started off because we're taking the piss out, you know, like fucking like Pantera, like, you know, brother, like all that.
Yeah.
And then Alex is just like, get her done. He just says all that all the time, and like just all these things. It's like all these stupid things, and it fucking honestly, it just absolutely ruins me. It's too funny. So yeah, fake American accents, taking the piss out of you know, the southern kind of Republicans. Yeah. There we go.
All right, man. And where can people find you and the band?
Physically in body, or
online, or
Scotland.
Go to Scotland, go to the Faroe Islands.
Yes, you can find us any silly place. Anyone, if anyone wants to see us, just comment once on one of our posts saying "Come play this country," and I will tell the band that that's where we're going next. Yeah. But that's the kind of, like, someone commented on one of our posts today saying, "Come, like you know, just heard you guys today from Costa Rica." I'm already checking how much it costs to fly to Costa Rica, so that's how you can see us in person. If you want to listen to us, we're on everything. Avoid Spotify if you can, for obvious reasons. Bandcamp, wherever you get your music from, or buy your music, but don't, because it's free. You can get it for free.
Well, great. Thank you. This was excellent. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thank you, man.
And support Scottish Power Violence.
Scottish Power Violence. Hell yeah, man.